Hi, Christy Davy. Hi, my babies are my number ones. Just waiting for my sister to join in here on the live. Um, so we'll get that. Wait, she's going to join in at 6. So, but today we're going to go over. My sister doesn't really know anything about the case other than what we have gone over in the last 2 lives with my sister. So, we're going to kind of start from the beginning with her. And like, I want to play her Malaya's interview, the one and only interview. And I want to see what emotional response she gets from that, what emotion she's picking up from that. I want to play her Daniel Martell's interview. I also want to play when Darrin went on the, she doesn't know any of this yet. So until she joins, she's not going to know. She wanted me to keep everything to myself until she joined the live. So I want to play her the phone call that she had with Sunny on It's a Criming Shame and Charmaine, where Darrin called into the show and said he knows exactly where the kids are 1000%. I want to play that for hello, Marianne. Hi, Janice. Hi, Joyous. Let me pull the live up here so I can see. I have really bad eyesight, you guys. So as you can see, my glasses. So I can read your guys' comments better. Let's see. Laurel. Hi, Laurel. How are you doing, dear? Carolyn. Go. Hello. Janice. Hi, dear. Joyous. Chance. Hi. Donna, thank you Donna Joe. Thank you for becoming a member. Let's see here. Going to my baby's army. My baby's armies are my ones. Becca, does your gift and Veronica's gift run in the family inherited, or is it rare to have 2 in the same family? I believe it runs in our family. Our great grandmother had my same abilities. I actually believe it runs on both sides of our family, my mother and my father's side, because I have some cousins that are very intuitive as well, that are from my father's side of the family. Let's see. Carolyn, me and my husband caught COVID first time. Oh my God, I am so sorry, dear. I hope you are feeling well. God, please take care of yourself. Dragonfly Love, hi. Nerdy Craft Chick, that's pretty cool. Thanks, Nerdy Craft Chick. But see, me and my sister, we're going to be doing a limited series. I don't know if you guys watched and I mentioned it in my video yesterday that I uploaded, but we're going to be doing a limited series on kind of like using your intuitive abilities with true crime cases and other things like that, and just going over, different types of abilities and what we experience on a day-to-day basis and how it affects our lives and what it really truly is. It's not like what you see in the movies and all those types of things. It's not this huge. It's that's why I want to do the limited series. So we can kind of go over it. And I know there's people out there. I know some of you guys are exactly like me, or you're exactly like my sister. You have other abilities. And I just want people to realize that they're not alone and that there are people out there and you're not crazy. And it is something that I believe people are born with, but we are all born with intuition. So here comes my sister. Let's see if she pops up. There she is. Hey.
Hello.
So we were just kind of going over a few things. I was kind of giving them a little rundown about kind of what we're going to go over today. If you want to
Okay.
read the chat real quick and say the hellos and all that kind of stuff. Everyone's saying, "Hey, Veronica. Thank you, Nerdy Crack Chick."
Hello, everybody. Christy, Laurel, Kara. If I read all the names, I'm terrible with names, so I apologize in advance if I mispronounce them.
Thank you so much, Carl Indigo. Hi, Veronica. Nice to see you both. You both are so beautiful.
Thank you.
Again, we're still kind of recovering from COVID. My sister's still a little bit more sick than I am. She unfortunately,
Only still recovering, not kind of.
She still refuses to admit she has COVID, but
Nope, I'm immune.
she's
Just an
immune.
upper respiratory infection.
But so I was kind of telling them, I said, you don't really know what we're going over. I said, today you wanted it that way. So today's live. First, I'm going to read a disclaimer, you guys, because I don't have the ability to put my disclaimer up in the live. So I'm going to first do that. Okay. And then we'll go over kind of what we're going to do in the live today. So just give me 1 second here. Pull up.
Hi, Stardust. Hi, Toronto. Toronto cat. Hi, my babies are my one.
So it says, I'm just going to read what I have. And this is all in the description box too. So I put it wherever I could put it. So it says, join us as we take a fresh newcomer's look at the Jack and Lily Sullivan case. In this true crime discussion, we will examine publicly available information and conversations surrounding Daniel Martell, Darrin Geddes, Malaya Brooks Murray, Janie Mackenzie, and many more. We're going to break down key details, timelines, and possible interpretations while discussing different angles and options that have been presented. Disclaimer: this video is for discussion and informational purpose only. Okay, all options or all opinions shared are personal interpretations based on publicly available information at the time of the recording. Nothing in this video should be taken as fact beyond what has been officially reported. No allegations are being made, and all individuals mentioned are presumed innocent unless proven otherwise in a court of law. This content is not intended to harass, defame, or accuse any person involved. Viewer discretion is advised. Okay. So now that we got the disclaimer out of the way, so what I want to do with my sister is, since she really doesn't know anything about the case other than what we have gone over in the 2 lives that I've done with her, is that I want to play her first I'm going to tell her kind of how Lily and Jack disappeared, okay? And then I'm going to play her the interview from Malaya, the one and only interview, and I want to see what she is emotionally getting off of that interview. Then I want to play her one of Daniel Martell's first initial interviews. And again, I want to see what she's getting emotionally, what she can pick up emotionally off of that. And then what I really want to do with this Darrin, okay? Again, she doesn't know who Darrin is or anything like that. I want to pull up, and I'll link Sunny's It's a Crime and Shame channel. I'll put it in the description once the live is over. So anybody who's not familiar with It's a Crime and Shame, guys can go over there. But I want to play that phone call that Darrin called in, saying he knows where the kids are, because I want to see what my sister picks up from that emotionally. I want to see if she's picking up like if he's lying, if he's being manipulative, all because she's very good at reading emotion and all those things. And then after that, we're just going to kind of discuss the case, see what she's getting on the case, including, the back and forth about Janie and the driveway and the coming and going of the vehicles at night and the witnesses, and also the the girlfriends of Daniel Martell that have come out to speak, okay, since Malaya, you know, because I really want, I don't like how DT tried to throw them under the bus to try to make them feel and seem uncredible as like witnesses. So I want to go over that with her as well. And anything else you guys want to bring up. Um, and I apparently, and this was just brought to my attention, if you guys know anything about it, apparently Darrin and Janie have gotten into a little argument or something like that. Is that, do you guys know anything about that? Because that was kind of brought to my attention, and um, it just seems that what I know so far, what I know about it is that apparently Janie was sitting right next to Darrin and telling Darrin what to text or something like that. I'm not quite for sure, but Wolfie has that info. Thank you. Yes, they did get into an argument. Okay. So are they starting to fall apart? Is it all starting to crack? Are they all starting to fall under the pressure? But that's what we're going to kind of go over today. So I'm going to start with the kind of disappearance of Lily and Jack the first morning and tell my sister and see what she picks up on it. Hang on, I got to cough again. So on May 2nd of 2025, Veronica, Lily and Jack Sullivan disappeared. Hang on. I don't know why I'm coughing all of a sudden. But apparently they disappeared within 20 minutes. That's it. Give me 1 second. Let me oh Lord. So I don't know why this is happening. It's on Justin's channel too. Okay, thanks, Christy Davy. Yes, they got into an argument. All right. Vern, talk for a minute so I can clear my throat, okay?
All right, you guys are stuck with me for a minute. So I hear 20 minutes. You gotta. We can hear you still. I don't know if you wanted to mute or not, but okay. So the kids go missing in 20 minutes. All right, that is something. I mean, if my child went missing in 20 minutes, I'd be looking for him, but that's all I got so far. How's everyone doing tonight? Hi, Izzy. Yeah, they got into an argument, just channel.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I had to, my throat was being weird. So they, okay, according to Daniel and Malaya, they were sleeping in bed, okay, the morning of May 2nd, 2025. They apparently, Lily poked her head in and out of the bedroom and didn't say anything, nothing. They didn't see Jack, okay? And then all of a sudden, apparently it went quiet. And Malaya and Daniel both get up out of bed. They go, they didn't even really search the house, okay? They go directly outside. This is per what they say, that the kids went out their sliding glass door. Now, this is where it gets a little confusing. And not confusing, but red flags start showing up for me anyways. Their boots are gone. There's no jackets, okay? They didn't take their jackets with them, okay? Now, Janie, she lives on an RV, in an RV right next to their property. They live out in a rural setting out in the country, okay? RV is probably 30 feet from the house, okay? So they go outside. They did not stop at Janie's RV to go look for the kids, Okay. They didn't go into Janie's RV and be like, hey, mom, do you see the kids or anything like that? Okay. What the heck? Apparently, then Daniel Martell goes running around the property like a madman, going up and around the property like a madman, and can't
Why
find them.
why didn't they look in the house? Like if the house goes quiet, the first logical thing would be to look in the house for them.
Correct. They did not look in the house. They went directly outside. But again, they did not stop at the grandmother's RV, who lives there full time in the RV.
Okay, cool. That's
So
weird.
apparently, according to what we know, is that Malaya apparently just sat in the driveway holding their other child, who is like 16 months old at the time, while Daniel went running around the property, up in the forts in the woods and stuff like that, looking for Lily and Jack. Then apparently Janie came out and said, oh, what's going on? And according to Janie, she's like, oh, well, we can't find the kids. Okay, so again, huge red flag. Why wouldn't you, to me anyways, why wouldn't you stop in to see if your kids went to go visit grandma? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, why are you even if you're not stopping in there, if my child was missing, I would want any person around to help me look for them. Like, regardless of stopping in, I'd be like, get out here.
Right. And it doesn't seem like any of that happened. And
Yeah,
the weird
okay.
thing is, so then apparently Malaya asked Daniel if she should call 911. Okay. And then according to Daniel, he said, yeah, call 911. So Malaya calls 911. Well, unbeknownst to Daniel and Malaya, there was a missing kayaker that search and rescue was already out in the field searching for. So search and rescue and RCMP got to that property, even though it's very, rural, very, very quickly, very, very fast. So within a 60-minute time frame from when they supposedly realized the kids were missing to search and rescue being there, RCMP being there, it was only a span of about an hour's time. Okay.
And the
Now,
claim is they wandered off, right? Like,
yeah,
that's what these two
that is,
children wandered off into the woods and were gone within 20 minutes.
yep, they were
And
gone
how
with
old are they again? They're little,
4
right?
and 6. 4 and 6 at the time of
Okay.
his appearance. 4 and 6. No jackets were taken. Apparently, boots were taken. Jack was in a diaper and a t-shirt. Lily supposedly took her backpack, her overnight backpack, that she would take when she would go visit her Malaya's mother or something like that. And they were not dressed properly to be going outside. Now, here's the kicker. Jack and Lily do not like the cold at all. They don't like it to be rainy, and they don't like being in the cold, and they don't like it being outside when it's rainy. So, then I guess Janie jumped. See, the thing here is Daniel left the property. And that's a huge red flag for me, is how many times he left the property.
What do you mean he
When
left the property?
he left the property.
As
Hang on.
in, people are searching his property for children, and he left there.
He left the property to supposedly go search somewhere else. Okay.
Where
Now,
else? Where else? They're 4 and 6. Where else?
right. Now,
Where are they going?
right. Now they bring search dogs, scent dogs.
Okay.
There is no scent to be found, Veronica. So if they go within, let's say, an hour and a half tops by the time those dogs get out there, the scent, there is literally no scent to be found. If they, to me, if Lily and Jack walked off in that time frame, those scent dogs would find the scent track and follow them. Okay. So another huge red flag to me.
Huge red flag. I mean, dogs can find things under collapsed buildings and through 6 feet of buried ground. In an hour, you're gonna say disappeared? Okay. Okay. All right. Sorry, continue. If you don't want me to
Nerd,
interrupt you, just say, but
no, you can interrupt. Nerdcraft, she says maybe because he'd been seen running around forcing his own alibi. Yes, exactly. And so this is where it starts to get a little even more. So Saturday rolls around. They don't find the kids Friday, right? Search and rescue doesn't find the kids Friday. Saturday,
right.
May 3rd rolls around. Apparently,
Okay.
a huge fight breaks out. Okay, now at this point, Malaya's mom's there, Malaya's stepdad's there. Lily and Jack's biological father's mother, their grandmother, Belinda Gray. By the way, Belinda Gray is pretty much the only one out of this family that, and I don't want to say that because I do know Haley, the stepsister and stuff, but Belinda Gray is advocating for her grandchildren. Okay. Um, but at this point, there's people already there helping search.
I just want to stop you for a second because this is the first time since we've started
Mhm.
this that I've felt someone like genuinely missing them when you say her name.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like the first time my heart has really like hurt for the children from like
Yeah.
a not my own perspective. Okay, sorry, continue.
Okay. That's good to take note. Yeah. See, I got the goosey bumps. See. And it's true. I've picked that up for Belinda multiple times. But so Saturday rolls around. Apparently, there's this huge fight that breaks out between, I think it was between Daniel's cousin and one of Malaya's friends that had come to search. Okay. So then they go to a press briefing or whatnot. And apparently during this press briefing, Malaya starts to have a panic attack. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so then she leaves the press briefing. She goes to the ambulance. Okay. So from the ambulance,
I'm
apparently,
sorry, the words ambulance just popped into my head.
uh, so from the ambulance, apparently her mother went into the ambulance with her. Okay.
Okay.
But from the ambulance, she then proceeds to leave the scene of where her children went missing from and has never been back.
She's never been back there.
Never been back.
Never ever.
Never.
So she left that morning of the press brief, right? Isn't this is where they like lived, right? Where they went
Yeah.
missing from?
Yeah.
So she left and never went back.
Yep. And it
And
hadn't even been like 20, 48 hours since her kids were missing. So at
no,
that point, the children could still be alive, even if they wandered off. And
you
she left.
wouldn't. I don't know. That's like super suspicious. You don't. You leave and never return. Like you don't accept something that quickly. As
No.
like you only leave somewhere when you know something is like I personally, maybe not everybody's like that, but like I'm not leaving my 4 and 6-year-old anywhere
Right.
if I
Right.
don't know what happened to them. If I
Correct.
know they're not coming back, okay, well, sure. sure I'm not gonna go back because they're never gonna fucking be back. I'm sorry I keep swearing. I know this is
It's
supposed
okay,
to
you can swear.
uh
Toronto Cat
that's
says
ridiculous.
Malaya left because she knew the children were gone forever. Correct. I
Yeah,
wholeheartedly believe that.
I
As a
agree.
mother myself, there's nothing that I don't care if there was a fight, if there was whatever, I would have stood on the opposite side of the road off of Mackenzie land.
Fucking stopped looking. Like my
Right.
ass would be in the woods all night long doing everything I can to find my kid.
Yeah. No, this wasn't it. Not with Malaya. But I do want to, I'm gonna pull up her interview, okay? And I want you to listen to her interview and I want to get your take on the interview, okay?
Are you
So
wanting
just
me to read it? Because if you do, you got to give me a second for my own anger to subside a second.
no, I want you to
Man.
listen to me. You guys, we
Okay.
got 50,
Are
we
you
got 55 in here. If you guys could double tap that thumbs up button for me, I'd greatly appreciate it. Yeah, oh yeah, and that's it. It's when she left too. She changed her Facebook status to single. She removed every photo of Daniel Martell. This was like within the next day. She changed her Facebook status to single and removed every single picture of Daniel Martell.
so she's terrified of him?
We're gonna put a pin in that one, but yes.
Hope I didn't just do something weird. Is my thing
Toronto,
going weird?
Toronto, if you want to read the comments while I get this video up for you.
Cool. Yeah. Um, Bonnie says hi. Becca and Veronica. Dragonfly Love says almost 8 months missing. Violet Boy Ian says don't forget she changed her Facebook status. Christy, she didn't even look for Lily and Jack. That's a madness, in my opinion. How do you not look for your own children? I don't care. Like, even if you know they're not coming back, you still, like, whatever. I don't know. That beyond me. Toronto King, not Toronto King. I'm sorry, Toronto Cat. I also think that she was advised to leave the property by the authorities, the police, CPS, etc. Are you both feeling better? Love watching you both. Thank you, Linda. One of us is feeling better-ish. One of us is still living with Kleenexes in her pocket and blowing her nose every 35 seconds.
Hang on, I'm just pulling it up.
Toronto Cat, if the authorities advised her to leave, then they didn't think that the kids were alive or that they were going to be there. Like that, they wouldn't tell you to leave. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. That's not what I'm saying at all. But like logically, they're not going to tell someone if they think their kids are coming back to leave where the kids would know how to get back to, right? Is that like
No,
illogical?
RCMP would not be telling them to leave the Malaya to leave the search area from her kids. Not at all.
Oh, Laurel says Veronica, your head is about to get screwed by this case. Great, Laurel. Thanks. Thanks, girl. I know it is. I'm less even tempered than my sister. I get
Someone says they wanted Meadow, the baby, gone. Meaning
okay, well, if they're
RCMP.
under CPS, somebody else should have taken Meadow the baby somewhere.
Yeah. Hang on.
The baby should not be there. Okay, that makes sense,
Just
but
getting
still,
the video, guys.
I don't know. I don't like this lady. I don't like her one bit. Malaya is who I'm referring to, none of you guys. No, I get really fired up. So I asked her if she's actually wanting me to read energy or anything, because then I gotta calm myself down. Otherwise, I get
while you're listening to while you're listening to, I'm going to show you the interview of Janie as well, explaining the pool.
Oh, there is something about a pool. I said that the other day.
Yes.
30's advised her. Tell me when you're gonna start, because I'm gonna read the comments still.
Yeah, keep reading.
30's advised her to leave. They said the baby could not stay there. Okay. That's what I was thinking. They would only because there was an open CPS case. I would be for safety of. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Laurel, ha ha ha. Yes, I'm. Sarah Jones. Someone had to supervise Malaya with her own baby. Obviously, reminds me too much of Missing Teen. God bless him. Sebastian Rogers. Oh.
Yeah,
Toronto
it does.
Cat. I always get the name Meadow and Willow mixed up. I meant Meadow. DEA 56. Don't forget that Malaya knew that they would blame Daniel eventually. Opal G2. I did hear that it wasn't safe to stay and Meadow wasn't allowed to stay there. Also, MBM's is MBM. That's
Malaya
Malaya.
Burkini. Yeah.
Also, MBM's mom told MBM that she is leaving her and bringing Meadow. CPS actually took Meadow from Malaya because she left her mother's with the baby she was supposed. Oh, I mean, good for
Yes.
CPS. You just
The
lost two children.
yes, Malaya was supposed to. I'm trying to find this interview. I'm gonna just play you Danny Martell's interview first. So
Okay. Hey, Melinda.
this one is CBC News, and hang on, let me turn my camera back on. This one is CBC News, and it is as RCMP scales back search missing children stepdads holds out. Hang on.
My lighting sucks.
In rural northeastern Nova Scotia, the RCMP announced today their search for the two siblings is being scaled back, saying there's little chance they are alive. CBC's Blair Rose joins us now live from the search area in Pictou County with the latest. Blair.
Hang on.
Tom, the mood here was solemn as the searches were.
I want the interview. Just give me a second. Hang on. Okay.
I already get like the not. Ugh. Okay.
I hope. I don't know why they didn't find anything from Jack's pull-up to her backpack or any of her belongings at all. They just haven't found anything.
Now, while the family may have some hope,
So that was one of his interviews.
He's lying.
You think he's lying?
Not that he's okay. Well, what he said isn't lying. He is I know you said don't read it, but
No, I want you to read it.
he's just like just fake. Just the fakest. Sorry.
Here's another one.
It's almost like a frozen heart. That's what I feel. Just like a not cold, not like a cold heart, like just he did not like those children one bit.
Okay, here's another one of his. 4 weeks after children disappear. Just give me 1 second here. I want you to read his energy from this one too.
It's been 4 weeks since Daniel Martell has seen his stepchildren. 6-year-old Lily and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan were reported missing Friday, May 2nd, after they wandered out of their Pictou County home. They have not been found after weeks of extensive searching the heavily wooded area.
Every day when I wake up, feels like I'm reliving a nightmare of May 2nd. But the main feelings of sadness has just turned to anger because there's no evidence at all after 1 month. And it's really taken a toll.
On Friday, RCMP saying...
Oh yeah, I'm sure it has, asshole. There's no emotion. There's nothing. It's really taken a toll. You look fucking fine to me. You look sleep deprived. My ass would have been freaking in the same clothes you saw me in the first interview in.
Yeah. Now, here is, I'm going to show you, that's the visual. I want to show you the interview of Janie. Now, Janie Mackenzie, if I show you Belinda's interview, you're going to get, we'll save Belinda's. You've already
if it's emotional, don't save that either for the last one because I don't want to cry in front of all your fans. I will cry. I'm a crier. Sarah says his energy is yuck to me. Yeah, agreed, Sarah. Deborah says he's a weasel. Laurel says it's all about him. Toronto Cat, you are hilarious, Veronica, and sound like me. Yeah, well. Bonnie, wait till she sees him fake crying. He fake cries.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that. Do you guys know what channel that interview is on? I'm trying to find that one for her because I want her to see that, because I guarantee you she will pick up what he's actually feeling when he's doing that. But now I'm going to show you the this is I think this is the one where they interview.
He's just a snake. Like,
Okay,
ugh.
so you have to watch this one. This is now Janie explaining how these kids got out of this house.
Jack and Lily, come out of.
It took you.
The morning of May 2nd. Take me through what happened. Okay, I was up at 6 o'clock, sat in there and had my tea. And then on Facebook, 7 o'clock, I get up, come over here, fed my chickens. My brother, Ron, called me at 8:48 and asked me if I wanted to go to town with him. And I said no. I said I'm staying home. I said I'm going back to bed. Okay, I went and I laid down. Next thing you know, my dog started barking and the kids were out in the yard. Now you can see there's 2 swings where the kids play. My bedroom is right there. I heard the kids. This is where the kids' swings are. This is where they always played. And so that's where I heard them. And I can hear everything in that trailer. If 2 kids have a fence, and Jack and Lily are all the time yelling, especially Lily, come on, Jackie, let's go, Jackie, let's go, Jackie. It's all I hear out here. When the kids get out of the fence and come out through here, I would have heard them yelling, come on, Jackie, let's go, let's go. I didn't hear anything. The next thing I heard is I heard Daniel yelling. He was yelling for Jack and Lily. I didn't get up because I thought he was yelling for Jack and Lily in the house. So the next thing you know, I was come out of the trailer after I heard Daniel, about, I'd say, 10 minutes after I heard him, I come out of the trailer. I opened up the door, was standing here. Malaya was standing right here with Meadow on her hip. And I come out and I said, what's up? She said, Jack and Lily are missing. I said, how long? She said, 20 minutes. I closed the door, got my boots on, came out here, ran up in the woods. Just right up here. The kids have a little fort that they made out of sticks and fir branches. And that's where they go. You can see them and hear them. We went for walks in the woods. I had to practically carry Jack through the woods because there was no way that he was walking through all that.
Okay, lady.
I did this whole area. There's an old road up back. When I got up to the top of the hill, I met Daniel. And I said to him, I said, did you find them? He said, no. He said, you coming with me? I said, no. I said, I'm going to search this area. Because when she told me the kids were missing, you automatically think they went into the woods. That was my first instinct.
How was that your first reaction, lady, when you fucking said you would have heard them screaming?
Right up to the top of the dirt road, came back down here, and came back down the side of the road, came back down here, and came back at the same spot. I was back into the house by the time the cops were here. I don't know exactly what time. I didn't take my phone. The cops were here.
Weird. You don't know what time it was. Lies.
There was a bench sitting here, or a sawhorse. It's over there.
was sitting here. I was sitting on it, bawling my eyes out. I was crying
No, you
because I
weren't. No,
myself
you weren't.
not getting up that morning to see the kids. Because if I would have get up, this wouldn't have never happened.
You're
Okay?
lying.
That's why I was crying.
But we
You
talked
were
about
crying.
the patio door.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's go see that.
Sure.
So this is the patio.
This is the patio door.
So let me pause it for a second.
Jack and Lily.
So the reason this sliding glass door is such a big deal in this case is because according to Daniel and Malaya, this sliding glass door is so silent that that's why they could not hear them go out the sliding glass door. So that's why they're so focused on this sliding glass door. Okay.
Say that
But-
again.
So the reason the sliding glass door is so prevalent in this interview with the news is because according to Daniel and Malaya, the sliding glass door is nearly silent. And that's why they did not hear Lily and Jack go out the sliding glass door. Now, them going out the sliding glass door is their narrative, not what RCMP is saying, not what anyone else is saying. This is what Daniel and Malaya are saying is how these children got out of this house. Okay, just so you are aware of why the sliding glass door is so prevalent.
No, pause it for a second. That's fine. Okay.
I'll pause it. No. Go.
I just want to explain what I mean when I say she wasn't crying. She may have been physically crying, but she wasn't sad for those kids.
Mm.
The sliding glass door is loud as fuck, so that's cool. And
Yeah.
if what she's saying is accurate, and she would have heard Lily saying, "Come on, Jackie, come on, Jackie," and Daniel and Malaya say, "We didn't hear anything." How the hell did the what? Zero, nothing. None of it makes sense.
Right. Right. None of it makes sense. Now, put into play that you have search and rescue there within 60 minutes of this, them supposedly wandering into the woods, leaving. There's no scent trails, Veronica. None. The dogs cannot track Lily, find their scent anywhere. The only scent supposedly found was one of the search dogs went to the end of the driveway. That's it. If the kids were truly missing in that time frame,
They fucking left the driveway, not went into the woods.
yes, but the scent stops at the road. So when the scent stops at the road, that means either one, the kids got into a vehicle, or two, the time frame in which, because scent stays on asphalt less longer than it would on ground or other surfaces. So you got about a 12-hour window for scent to stay strong on asphalt. So I believe truly the scent dogs tracked to the end of the driveway because of Lily's pink blanket that was in the garbage bin at the end of the driveway that somehow managed to be found a kilometer away near Lansdowne Road going up towards that Gordon Summit.
I just have like rage in me
I-
right now.
I know.
This is madness.
Yes. Now we're going to go. She should be starting to talk about this.
Also, if somebody was gonna abduct those kids, you're gonna tell me no three of those adults and that fucking dog weren't barking if somebody came and took them from the little area that looks like it's between freaking houses? Or the chickens didn't go crazy? I don't know who's got chickens, but you can't walk past those things without them going nuts. Like,
Chickens go nuts. They're like little mini guard dogs. They go insane. Yeah.
Sorry. Oh my god, I look like a crazy lady.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh boy.
but apparently they were only missing DEA 56. Apparently they were only missing a few hours when the scent dogs arrived. The pavement would still hold the scent. Correct, DEA 56. Only in this part of the story. There's much more. Yeah, there's a lot more that you haven't heard yet. So apparently, and this is another thing, Daniel apparently was in the woods. Okay, just hear me out here. Tell me if something sounds off to you. So apparently Daniel was in the woods searching for the kids after he got the go-ahead to go back into the woods to start searching for the kids, right? So they had helicopters, they had drones, they had LiDAR, they had the whole shebang, Veronica, looking for these kids, okay? So Daniel apparently comes out and says, oh, well, he was in the woods and he swears he heard Lily scream in the woods, but yet he did not come out of those woods or go running in the direction of where he heard Lily scream. Nor did he not tell RCMP that he thought he may have heard Lily scream while he was in the woods.
Yeah, he probably did because he's freaking crazy. I'm saying like phantom screams from doing something you shouldn't have mother trucking done to a child. Like maybe you did hear it. Nobody else did because they weren't there. Anyways, I wasn't. He's nuts. You can't. There's not a word that comes out of his mouth that's true.
No, there's not. Now we're gonna get into the swimming pool part.
Oh, I want to hear about this because I wonder if it makes any more sense.
Tell us why we've heard about the patio door.
Because everybody's saying on Facebook.
Yeah,
on
Violet,
YouTube,
I'll get to that. I'll
TikTok,
tell her about that.
patio door makes a noise. And why they didn't hear the door open. The bedroom is back there. Okay?
That bar window.
The last window is the bedroom.
And
They would have come out this door.
They would have come out this
that
door.
morning.
Yes.
And they went and played on the swing set.
Yes.
And that's when you heard them.
That's when I heard them. Right here in this area here. I plan on putting a pool up this year for the kids. You need level ground for a pool. That's what I was doing. I was leveling out the ground to set up a pool.
And
This is Thursday. Right. Friday, all the investigators, search and rescue and everything. Right around here was where they found the only footprint.
This is where
I was breaking that night. That's where the boot print was found. In the mud.
we're raising at night, lady.
There was supposed to be a footprint found way up on the pipeline.
Right.
Malaya sent me the picture of it. That's all I know. There was a footprint found.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, the footprint was here. The only one that they can confirm that was Lily and Jack's was right here.
So it was child size.
Yes, a man, one of the investigators came in here and was measuring it all. I'm not
So
here
there's
to
one footprint from children that were abducted. Okay.
and do the interview here is to show you exactly where everything took place.
And let me let the
Okay.
Show
Okay,
you
Jane.
exactly where everything took place. And just show people that this is what happened. All the stuff that people, all the rumors and accusations about us murdering the kids and burying them on the property, this place has been searched thoroughly. The well has been checked, the septic tank, all the barns were searched. My RV was searched.
One sec. Pause it for a sec.
Pardon it.
I gotta just look at something really quick. I'll be right back, okay?
Okay. Okay. So, yes, did Janie do another interview right after that? How did the kids... I'm just going to read while she's doing that. Yeah, I'm going to tell her about the... Yeah, apparently they were only in this part of the story. There's so much more that... Yeah, there's a lot she hasn't heard.
Sorry, I'm back.
Scream and shout. I'm just going through... Laurel says, I warned you, Veronica.
Like, my blood is boiling. This is why, though, partly why I don't get, like, this is the first time I've ever actually let her tell me about something other than, like, the little things, because I'll get, like, she'll just randomly come in and I'll be yelling about it in, like, 3 weeks. Like, are you kidding me? Shit.
But see, here's a kicker. Apparently, Malaya called Lily and Jack Sullivan in sick that morning at 6:17 and 6:18. 6:18 a.m. Now, remember, I did tell you that Thursday, okay, they were sick home from school, and they were seen. They had stopped at Jordan Geddes, which is Daniel
This is the one
Martell's
that
friend.
gave me the tummy ache, right?
Yeah, he's the one you picked up that strong stomach pain from.
Mm.
Now they were seen at his property that morning, and then they were seen in town. Okay.
Okay.
And then after town, then apparently they were seen. RCMP got footage from them actually being seen in town, like actual camera footage, CCTV or something like that. And apparently they met up with one of Daniel Martell's friends in town. I believe that there was a meetup in town, and I believe, again, I'm going to say this is alleged. It's my thought. It's my opinion. I believe the reason that they stopped at Jordan Geddes that morning, I believe that has to do with DRUGs. Okay. And I believe that the meetup with the friend, they were picking up some in town that they met with. Again, this is alleged. It's my opinion. It was for some sort of drug exchange. Okay.
Mm,
And then they get back home. And
okay.
now the strange thing is, nobody talks about, the only thing that is ever talked about on Thursday night is Daniel helping Janie fix the fence. Okay. There's no talk about the kids going to bed, getting ready for bed, eating, nothing. Okay. It's like everybody seems to not know anything about what happened Thursday night going into, it's like a blank. Nobody wants to talk about Thursday night. To me, that's a huge red flag. Okay. Because now, if we're going to go into Thursday night and talking about Thursday night, you're trying to keep the story so simple because then you now have to potentially make up new lies and say what really happened. Because I truly believe something happened Thursday night going into the early morning hours of May 2nd. But yeah,
Janie was freaking breaking up.
yeah, raking the driveway. And as you heard, she was putting up the pool.
Well, how do you say that? Like, you say that, but you say nothing about the kids? I was raking the driveway. Okay, cool detail. Like, what is that? I mean, I don't know what, I guess what the interview prompted her to ask about, but
Mhm.
logically, how are you just going to be like, oh, and by the way, I was putting up a pool last night for the kids. Like, I was
Yeah,
preparing.
yeah,
Just
in
so
the
you guys
beginning.
know.
Yeah, in the beginning of May, when in Nova Scotia the water still freezes. And
I
how are you?
mean,
That's where they parked
regardless
their,
of timing, it's just a random ass detail.
correct, and that's where they park their
Like,
vehicles.
okay.
So why would you be putting a pool where you park your vehicles?
It's only flat ground, apparently, but she had to rake it out. Idiot.
Oh God, okay.
I'm sorry, but come on.
It's okay. It's totally okay. Now the fenced in driveway was not fenced in. Yes, it was not fenced in. There was a hole in the fence prior to Daniel fixing it. Okay. Sarah Jones says need an excuse to take the driveway. Yeah. Birds of a feather flock together. Drug dealers will collect if there is a debt, one way or another. Yes, DEA, but I don't believe that. What are drug dealers going to do with two little kids? You see what I'm saying? You and the dog will not be happy with the pool. Right, Linda Sanders. Right. You and the dog will not be happy with the pool that close to you. Why are you saying you was putting the pool up? Right. Janie's very particular about her property and her dog. She would not let the RCMP. Okay, here's some more details I'm going to give you.
Okay.
And
Happy about
this was seen by Belinda Gray, okay, when she went there to go help search for her grandchildren, okay? Once
Mhm.
she noticed Daniel Martell's brother, Justin Martell, crying hysterically. Now, it has been less than 24 hours since Lily and Jack have disappeared. Okay. And there's no confirmation from RCMP that Lily and Jack aren't alive or anything like that. It's still full blown massive. This is all happening within a few hours. Now you're very good with your emotions and crying and all those things. Okay. So apparently Belinda had seen Justin Martell hysterically crying for, and even Belinda was like, she thought maybe they might have found something based on his reaction, based on what she was seeing.
He knows.
Right.
He knows
And
what happened.
not Belinda, but Janie refused to let the RCMP go in her RV and search. She gave the excuse of her dog. She can't let anybody in the RV because of her dog. Then you take the fucking dog out. Pardon
What's
my
your dog
language.
gonna do?
Right. You take the dog out of the RV and then let the RCMP go in and search. I mean, they literally had to threaten her with a search warrant. Say, if you don't let us search your RV, we will have to get a search warrant.
Okay. Daniel's
Yeah.
brother, where he? I can tell you. I won't say that yet, but
You talk. I'm gonna get that
remember?
interview.
Huh?
I want to get the interview where Daniel's fake crying. I want to show you it.
Okay. Well, you're looking that up then. When a traumatic situation like this happens, you know exactly what time exactly. It is a moment burnt in your brain forever. I've personally gone through some very tragic things. And when I found out, I remember the day, I remember the time, I remember exactly what I was doing. It's not something that you forget details on. This is just madness. Daniel's
Right. You don't forget details. You don't forget details. I think I
No, you
found
don't
it.
forget details about things that are this traumatic. Your video's off, just so you know.
I know. I'm just trying to get the.
Vicky Stevenson about the Daniel's brother, where he got why he hadn't been interviewed on the gravel at that. Why not put a pool? Yeah, a pool on the grass is way better. Or something happened in that driveway. Maybe something happened to the kids in the driveway. Yeah, could be. What was she hiding? Everything, probably drugs for her child. Might be global news.
Yeah, I found it, you guys. So I want to show it to her, but I want to read Nerdcraft chick. Yeah, it's burned in your brain and can't ignore details. No, you can't. Sadly, certain things remind you of it as well. That is true. And that is true. And see, and that's the thing we have. I'll give you a little scenario on some experience me and my sister have. We have an uncle that was, when my mom was younger, that something very bad happened to, and from what we know is that he was beaten up at school. But he died. And to this day, and it's been decades, my family, my mom's family, and my mom, because they don't have the full answers, and because it happened in the 60s, and back then it was kind of like, accident type thing. And they can't let it go because they don't have the answers. So when I'm seeing Daniel Martell, Janie, when I'm seeing Malaya just not doing nothing, saying, oh, we want this to come to a resolution quick. We want all the, to me, it's red flag after 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 red flag, because I know from personal experience, even how it has affected my life, my sister's life, and how it affected our mother, in the sense that, she still gets depressed about it. She still gets really sad about it because she does not have the answers. She does not have the closure that she needs because she hasn't received the answers yet. So to me, it's like when I see this stuff, it's a bunch of bullshit to me anyways, because I see how it affects someone personally and they don't give up. They don't give up. And that wasn't even, my mom's child, that was her brother. And they don't give up. They don't stop. There's nothing that will stop. And so just so you know, we have that. So this is that's Vicky. I was asking
Yeah,
why Daniel's brother has not been interviewed. Yeah, that's strange to me too. He was there. Why wasn't he interviewed? She says, nerd craft chick. Personal experience with the loss of your mom. Aw, I'm sorry to hear that. We were 15 at the time and had no idea she had died right in front of you until you saw the time of death. But yeah, you miss her and was closest to her. Aw, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and also Daniel Martell is a DRUG user, okay? And he denied it in the beginning. He's been on meth apparently for a very long time. DT, the Drunk Turkey Show, says Daniel Martell uses it to self-medicate himself for ADHD. But also it has come out that like when Haley is Malaya's half sister, like stepsister, she was there. And according to her, she found DRUGs in the bathroom the day that they were there searching and accused Daniel of being on DRUGs. And then she pulled Malaya aside, and then Malaya came clean and said, yeah, Daniel's been doing DRUGs, for however many years. This interview you need to pay attention to. This is the interview. Now watch him. Okay?
Hold on, my eyes are okay.
Okay, ready?
He looks like he's on drugs.
Right.
Drugs.
That's Friday morning when we noticed that the children were gone. Immediately jumped in the vehicle, surveyed all the areas, many dirt roads, many culverts as I could, and waited for the police to get there.
So
Back.
the search began with family.
Hang on, let me see if there's more of it. I wanted you to see the part where he's freaking fake crying.
Again, search is ongoing.
Hang on. Where is it? That's not played that one.
Hey, Shy. All you have to do, yeah, that.
What did
Yes.
I say?
Laurel said, Shy said, hey, chat, finally made it to a live. Glad you could make it, Shy. Laurel said, all you have to do is look at the guy and you know something ain't right. Opal said, undiagnosed ADHD can lead to substance abuse. Yeah, it can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Linda
so
said,
watch,
OMG. Okay.
Watch Daniel Martell in this one.
We covered everywhere possible. Even in the first day, we did. Even with me running through the woods, I was ahead of the helicopters and ahead of the drones and stuff like that. Screaming as loud as I can, just until my throat hurt. Running through water that was up to my waist. And as soon as I got back, I wasn't allowed back in the woods until a man dressed in a military outfit said I could go back into the woods.
4 days into the search for his missing stepkids, Lily and
Yeah, but did you see how he like lifted his hand up to see?
Do you know who that reminds me of?
No, who does it remind you of?
Your granddaughter that is 3 and goes, oh, Grandma, my head just hurts so bad.
I know it does.
She's a great.
Yeah.
She's a great actress.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying that, because that's fake.
Yeah, it is fake. Yeah.
Dramatic.
And then he looks to see if he's like,
did I sell it?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Did I sell it? Yeah, let me find Malaya's. I want you to
Things
really.
like that. You literally, if you're gonna cry, it comes out of nowhere, and you don't. There is no hiding it. Like, you don't hide it. You don't try to hide it.
No.
That, or you don't be in public.
Mhm.
Like, what a
Let me find Malaya's here
just
quick.
a freaking
Malaya's
knucklehead.
money. I really want to know what you get off Malaya's
Things like
because
that you get. Things Nerdcraft Chick said things like that do get to you is all I'm saying. Witnessing things you can't forget because of the level of trauma, your reaction. I just wish parents, yeah, not saving their own butts and seeking medical help, allegedly, in my opinion. Oh, I was just about to say my toddler would do this being dramatic. Yeah, Shy, that's what I'm saying. Laurel says crocodile tears. It's just when you've been through a traumatic situation, like, I think that's why I get so, like, even more enraged with this, because mine was not missing children, but traumatic situation that affected my own child. Um, and you do everything possible that you can possibly do to make sure that your child is safe and healthy and happy. Um,
Mhm.
and that's not putting yourself out in whatever. I don't know, man. That guy's just I'm literally just like my chest is on fire with how enraged he makes me. If I felt anything genuine about him, that would be one thing. There is not one clip that I have. This is the first time I have, like, other than the few. I'm a terrible sister, and I don't watch my sister's videos on her YouTube. So I
That's
like
terrible.
I'll like them, and then I dip out. But other than like the little picture here and there that I've seen, I've never actually did a read on his energy, and it is some of the most fake energy that I've ever read.
Mhm.
And that's just not even trying to actually like read it. That's just because naturally when I get emotional about something, I kind of absorb everything around me because I don't have that great of control over it yet. And you can feel that he's just like slimy snake. Like mm,
Mhm.
no, no.
Okay, I found Malaya's. So really, let me know when you're ready.
Let me grab a drink of water. Okay.
Says mother,
All right.
mother
All
of
right.
missing Nova Scotia children pleads for safe return. I want you to read the emotion. Even tell me if this is normal pleading.
Just staying as hopeful as possible. I want them home. I want to hold them. And I want them home.
RCMP say there is still no
Jesus.
sign of two siblings who are believed
Where
to
is
have
the
been
rest of
killed
the
in New
interview?
County.
Oh my goodness gracious. It goes
She's
on.
genuinely sad, but she knows they're not coming home.
Yeah, I know.
That's she knows that just that little clip, there's definitive knowing in the resolution. Like, she already knows that in that clip, she knows they're not coming home. I can
Yeah.
tell you that 1,000%.
I'm just trying to find. Oh, Jesus. Well, I can't seem to find it, but
Yeah, I can tell you just for replay that little part for me.
Okay, hang on. Let me get back to it. Let me get back to it. Okay. Oh, I have no volume. Hang on.
I want them home. I want to hold them.
Okay.
Just staying as hopeful as possible. I want them home. I want to hold them. And I want them home.
RCMP say there is still no sign
Yeah,
of things.
she knew. She knew there.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that she can only say 3 things, she knew. She knew they weren't coming back. She knows they're not coming back. She knew already in that 3, 4, 5, 10-second clip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And I can tell you because, and you'll know, the feeling I got from her is the feeling that I had when I found out about Michael.
yeah,
That is how I know she knew they weren't coming home.
yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
you don't want to believe it. You don't want to accept it, but you know.
Right.
That is what that made. That's what that clip made me feel. She did not. She knew already in there that they weren't coming home.
Yeah. And she also said, Toronto Cat, it's when she says there is so much pain and sorrow. No one says that for a potential missing person. No. You're always looking at hope. You're trying to plead and beg and all those things. You don't speak in past tense in regards to your children unless you know something happened to your children. And she did refer to like not love, she used the word loved. um Same with Daniel Martell. So speaking in past tense versus speaking in the here and the now is an indication to me anyways that you know
Yeah.
something happened to your kids.
She genuinely has feelings, and I'm not going to say I think she's genuinely sorry that it happened. Daniel Martell doesn't give that energy. He gives
Mm-hmm.
like quite literally just self-absorbed. This is all about me. I want the attention. Me,
Yeah,
me, 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 me.
yeah,
That's
he
what
is.
he gives.
Yep, and that you hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head because that is exactly what he gives. Is this is about him. He comes off as very narcissistic. It's very much about him. All the pain he's going through, all the difficulty he's going through. Hang on, I'm going to get to my channel so I can.
Yeah, he's going through difficulty because he's the one responsible.
Right.
He still
Right.
has to live with that. I'm not going to say that he doesn't. He's the one responsible for allegedly, whatever the disclaimer is, reference that.
Mhm.
He did this.
Mhm. And anytime anyone comes out to speak, he will be ahead of the story. He'll try to be ahead of it, and he will try to, like Bradley Wong is one of the neighbors that came out, and there's another person who came out and spoke as well. Okay, to the RCMP, and gave witness statements about hearing a vehicle coming and going between the hours of, I think it was like 11 p.m. on May 1st until the morning hours, I think, of like 5 a.m. on May 2nd. And okay. And he is trying to totally discredit those witnesses, saying that, but the crazy thing is that the route the witnesses heard the vehicles taking is the same exact route Daniel Martell said he took, but only in that morning time, not the nighttime. So how would the witnesses know that same exact route if they didn't actually hear it. Do you see what I'm saying? So
People
they're
don't just
just
make, I mean,
no,
regular people don't just make stuff up.
no, no. And they didn't have to come out. They didn't have to come out, but because there's missing children, they
Right.
face so much backlash to this. And even like the girlfriends, the new ex-girlfriends, okay?
He's had new girlfriends already?
Yes, he's had new girlfriends already. And Malaya's also supposedly had new boyfriends already. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they definitely didn't plan this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's you don't move on with your life that fast. But see, there's a lot of damage that came out from the girlfriend speaking because Malaya did come out and say that Daniel was controlling and abusive and would take things out on Jack. Um, Again, I think I did tell you that Daniel Martell's own biological children told RCMP that Daniel Martell was abusive towards Lily and Jack.
Yeah.
And but the new girlfriend that came out said that Daniel very controlling. He would she was not allowed to speak to anybody. She had to remove people off of her Facebook, off of her contact lists. Um, it's a lot. He's very narcissistic, very controlling. I personally wonder if he's a malignant narcissist. Again, that would be a psychopath and a narcissist combined, which would explain why he was able to pass said lie detector test. But
I'm laughing at Laurel's comment. I don't know what face you're talking about, and I couldn't even tell you, Laurel. This face makes crazy face.
Yeah. But
There.
even how they seem to blame it, they seem to blame it on if you. I know you haven't seen much, okay, but they blame a lot on even how the kids like they blame it on the kids. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's crazy. A mom doesn't not speak out for her children. Doesn't matter um what you're going through, what ridicule you may face. You're going to speak out for your children to find your children, to bring your
Right.
children home. There's no, even if the RCMP said, hey, don't speak out, we advise against speaking out, nobody is going to follow that. Okay. I'm sorry. An innocent parent is going to say, F you, I'm going to speak out for my kids and I'm going to continue to speak out for my children until I bring my children home, until my children are brought home. And
Right.
so the excuse by Malaya, I think, is a bunch of BS. It's a bunch of bullshit. Okay. That why she can't speak out for her kids. I don't want to hear the excuses because to me, that's all it is. Because if your children wandered off and you truly wholeheartedly believed your children wandered off into those woods, wouldn't you be expecting, if you're thinking as a child, your mom to be at home waiting for you to come home? So why would you leave?
Also, if
Why wouldn't you
Jack
say,
was
okay,
a scared, right? I'm a very scared person. So let me preface that. I'm like
yeah, I gotta just
jumpiest.
talk quick, just talk
That's fine.
about
It's one of the and when I say scared, like, and I'm a big girl, I can do all my own things, but like, I remember being a child, we lived in the woods, like, I wouldn't go further away from the house than what than I could see, and I've known that since I can remember. That was just the rules of living in the woods. You don't go far out of the yard. You don't go far away where nobody can see you. And frankly, like, I wouldn't even go into the part of the wood line that was not part of the yard until I was like 10 because I was afraid. And the way that they're describing Jack, like, it doesn't sound like he would be wandering around out in the woods in a diaper.
Right. And he was very stubborn, according to a lot of people, very stubborn. So if he didn't want to do something, he wasn't doing it. That's where Janie said she would have to carry Jack through the woods because he didn't want to walk through the damn woods. If he didn't want to walk through the woods, why do you think they would wander off into the woods? That it just doesn't
Right.
obviously make sense. It
And
doesn't
none of
logically
it
make
does.
sense.
'Cause it's all a giant lie, but whatever. These
Mhm.
people are
And
mad.
even like,
Madness.
and then Darrin Geddes comes out
Who's
and
Darrin now? Because I've heard this name quite a few times, and I want to.
Darrin is related to Patty. Patty is Malaya Brooks Murray's grandmother. And according to Darrin, Patty asked Darrin to find out what happened to the kids, okay? And prior to the kids going missing, according to Darrin, Patty asked Darrin to go get Malaya out of that house, okay? Away from Daniel. And Darrin has stated multiple times that he told Patty that Malaya and Daniel's domestic affairs are their own and it's no place for him to butt in, okay? So you wouldn't butt in then, but you're butting in now. So red flag number 1 there, okay? So then he apparently decided to take this detective role on himself, okay? And go talk to all said people involved. Okay. Then he got in contact with Sunny from It's a Crime and Shame. It's quite a long interview, but he proceeds to tell everyone on the live and Sunny and Charmaine that he knows exactly where the kids are, that Malaya. Now, Daniel Martell's not biological father. He has no rights to Jack and Lily whatsoever. He proceeds to tell everybody that he knows exactly where Lily and Jack Sullivan are, that Malaya hid the kids, took them off the property, hid them with someone, that they are out of the country, that they're safe and sound, and that we probably won't see the kids until they're 18, 20 years old. Okay, but they're apparently out of the country, living on indigenous land somewhere. No, I don't believe they're living on indigenous land. I believe that was a crock of shit, and Darrin should have. Darrin was totally wrong in doing that. Okay, because again, to me, that was some racist bullshit. But so, and
They're
he
out of the
proceeded.
country, as in out of Canada,
Yeah,
on
out of Canada.
indigenous land somewhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How do you get what indigenous land in the U.S.?
According to him, but see, there's a lot. You can't get, the border is a lot more heavily
I
guarded.
understand that, and you also can't just walk onto indigenous land in the U.S. and be like, "Yo, I'm gonna live here now. Here's these kids." That's not how it works. I have plenty
Right,
of
that's not how it works. Right.
friends that actually live on reservations and things like that. You can't just go hang out there and buy a house.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was the whole narrative Darrin was spinning, was that Malaya hid the kids and
Okay.
and they're safe and sound, living this magical life somewhere, safe and sound with someone else on indigenous land. So
If my ass hid my kid, I'd be with them. Like, I'm sorry. I'm out too. Peace, crazies. Like, me and my kids are gonna, you'll never hear from me either.
right.
What?
Right. It makes absolute no sense. I don't believe it
They're
for.
first into contact with DM and Jam after Lily Jack went missing. Okay, do we want to read some of the comments and then play that? It's a bizarre
Yeah.
situation. Opal said on a cold, rainy day. I think that's when I was talking about Jack. Yeah, you're not. I'm inside under a blanket and it's cold here. I don't want to
Yeah.
go even outside. Deborah Dixon said it's a bizarre situation. Sarah Jones, he's Daniel's best friend's father too. He's Jordan's father.
Yes, he is. And that remember, Daniel and Malaya stopped at Jordan's house that morning of May 1st for some reason And Jordan was denying it up and down, up and down. I believe Darrin came up with this damn story to protect his kid because he didn't want his kid getting dragged into this whole thing.
So Jordan is Darren's
Son.
son?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, lies.
Mm-hmm.
He is Daniel's best friend's father. Okay. It's an alibi from Violet Boy. Conveniently, Deborah says Daniel found out that Malaya was going to leave him 2 weeks prior.
To the
Oh,
kids went missing. Yeah, he did. He found out that because Malaya had contacted her mother and they were going to help her leave because he was abusive towards Malaya and Jack and Lily. I personally believe either Daniel was on a drug high, whatever it may be, math, whatever his drug of choice is, and he
can't say that
potentially
word, remember.
meth.
I meant D-R-U-G. You're always spelling it.
Oh, well, I believe that either Daniel Martell lost his shit and was having hallucinations and lost it on Jack and Lily, or him and Malaya got in some kind of fight and argument, and then again someone lost their temper and something happened to those kids. Opal says, when did Darrin first get into contact with DM and JM after Lily and Jack went missing? I don't know, Opal, when he first, but it seemed to be because remember, he came out and said he didn't even realize that Malaya and Jack and Lily were his kin. So make that make sense.
So you think
Or they got into Daniel's DRUGs, something. I believe something happened at that house Thursday night. I don't think it was premeditated, okay? I don't think it was planned out by Daniel. I think the planning happened after it happened, and they had to go from there. Again, I don't think it was something that was premeditated, pre-planned from Daniel or Malaya. I've never gotten premeditation.
and Thursday morning is when they were at Jordan's house?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think you're onto something. I'd have to get to know his energy more, and I don't necessarily want to.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm feeling is almost like rage. Like he
Mm-hmm.
flipped out. He lost it. Either he didn't have any more, he had too much, or they were bad.
Mm-hmm.
And he had like a break.
Like a psychotic break, like a hallucination from
Not a
DRUG.
hallucination, like rage, like just went
Right.
nuts.
Okay.
Like blind rage.
Yeah, it's definitely a tower moment for sure.
I'd have to
Here, I
think,
need to go.
and I'd not think, but I'd have to do some more feeling on that one. But
Yeah, Opal says Darrin was seen on Janie Mackenzie's property 4 days into the search. He was in the background when DM was being interviewed by the news. So obviously very quickly. And he has been standing behind Daniel Martell this whole time, going against his own family, meaning Malaya. I think Darren's a chauvinistic pig. No offense, but I do. Just based on his comments and how he speaks, and I think he thinks very little of women. That's the feeling I get off of him. No offense, but pardon my language, you guys, but yeah, Yeah, I feel something happened Thursday night. Again, I have a strong feeling they went to Jordan's having to do with DRUGs. They met up the buddy in town to get said DRUGs. I believe Jordan was kind of the middleman to getting, whether it's running the DRUGs, arranging it, however it goes, okay? I believe that's why they stopped at Jordan Geddes' house that day, okay? And I'm gonna say this is alleged, so, my opinion, okay? And they picked up DRUGs in town from whatever buddy that they met in town, and again, there's a reason they have no recollection of or want to speak about Thursday night at all. It's Daniel Martell was helping Janie fix the fence. That's it. And the only other recollection was supposedly Daniel peeked in on the kids at midnight, turned the light on. I believe that's a lie. I believe midnight may be
Where's the light on when they peek on their kids?
right.
Not a 4-year-old. You're blessed when they finally go to sleep at night and you do nothing to wake them up. You go in, you make sure they're breathing, you don't turn on the light.
Right.
Unless you're worried something happened.
Right. Right.
Hey,
Exactly.
Mary.
Hey, Mary
Hillbilly.
Jane. Hillbillies, in your opinion. But
Okay. Do you want me to listen to this call? Sorry if I cut you off, but
call.
yeah, you
Okay.
said you were getting a call
Oh,
from
you mean a video?
Darrin into Sunny's channel. Is that not what you said before?
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, sorry. Let me get
Oh,
it. Like, what call? What call? Hang on, let me find it.
calling?
Who's
Are we
calling
gonna
me?
call?
Let me get it. Hang on.
Man,
You talk.
I've been talking. I'm yelling over here. Sorry, guys.
Okay, let me go to.
This is wild, though, and I know we're still only
We haven't even
like
scratched.
we're only like 3 days in.
Yeah, we haven't even scratched the surface.
Mary says, "Hi, sisters. Can your sister get any emotion on Brad Wong? Thanks for bringing in your sister to help with even finding locations. Brava." Mary, maybe I could. I would
Brad
need
Wong-
something, but maybe I promise nothing in real because I don't ever know really what is going to come out. So possibly I can always try. Mary says, "Blunt moment, joking." You don't gotta be joking. It's fine. I'm kidding. Kind of. I'm only kind of kidding. If you guys didn't see the location live, she yells at me in it. So you can go look. It's payback. We got done and I said, "You really were gonna yell at me." She's like, "No, I wasn't."
You were just frustrating me just a little bit. You couldn't find
Okay.
sheep herders junction.
Because you said it was Shepherd's Junction. Okay, all right. Man, see, we don't let it go either.
No.
Mm-mm.
Let me get the. I gotta find it. Darrin. Why are we not in order? I'm in our channel. Oh,
Please.
months. 2 months.
You guys can hit that like button. That'd be awesome for us. 76 people in the live. I'm excited everyone's hanging out. Never know what you're gonna get when I'm on here. That's for sure. My sister's
Yeah.
very, very even-tempered, calm. Not me. We work like off of each other though, because if she's ever not calm, usually it's when somebody's hurt is when she's not calm. I'm like, all right, time to calm down. We're not panicking right now. Any other time she's telling me that. So, yeah.
Okay, where is Belinda joining? Okay, that's Belinda's. Shit just got crazier. Oh, that's
We can do
one.
it. I mean, if you don't want to do that one today, we could do. So we got Darrin. I would need to hear him or see a picture or something.
I
You
can
want me
show
to
you.
do any?
I can show you a picture of Darrin Geddes. He's freaking a piece of work.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Let me just see if this is the one.
I got a whole box of Kleenex next to me. My nose actually hasn't been that bad this one.
I think this is just the. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought we're already an hour and a half in. I thought we were gonna get more than 3 days in, but clearly I have a lot to say about this madness.
Yeah, it's well, I don't want to sit here and be searching. I should have found it before. I'm sorry, guys. But I will show you a picture of Darrin
Yeah, show me
and
a picture. We can do like a more official, like if you want me to actually do like an energy read on them.
yeah, I really do. I really want you to do an energy read on them.
8 months worth. Oh, we're gonna need a whole. We need 8 months just to go over it all. Yeah,
Okay,
if you
so
want me to do something like that, I could.
I'm
But I
gonna
would.
show you. You see this
Okay.
little beady-eyed man right here?
No.
Right there.
Okay.
Sunglasses. That's Darrin.
Okay. I can't see
Let me see if I
that
can.
well.
I have. Hang on, Darrin.
Send a screenshot. Oh, you're on your tablet. Never mind. You can't.
Yeah, I'm on my tablet. Here. That man right there. With the sunglasses.
Mm-hmm. I'm just covering. I have to cover up Daniel's face because I can't look at it. No, I did it with my own thumb. It's fine.
Okay.
I don't want it to cloud my, because I just like have rage. So I'm covering his face. Okay. Give me one more minute. Does he have any that you can actually see his eyes?
I don't.
You don't have to do it now. That's fine. That's the best way that I can actually get somebody's energy is if I can actually see their eyes. But this guy is
Full of shite. In my opinion.
What did you just say?
Trying not to swear. Full of shit, in my opinion.
I thought you said bullshit. I'm like, what?
Okay.
Okay, let me get back into that energy here real quick. He gives real emptiness.
Mm-hmm.
Like doesn't actually
He doesn't. Okay, I'll let you say.
He seems like every man for himself kind of person, very yeah, I feel empty when I'm trying to tap into him. Darrin. This is Darrin, right? Yep, Darrin. I'm just gonna write the notes here. Empty, he feels like chauvinistic.
Yep. Very much so.
like my way or the highway kind of person. Everything's got to go the way I want it to go, or it's not going to go any way at all.
Yeah. I also get like very I did find a picture of Bradley Wong, so I will show that to my sister here in a second. I get very like I don't want to say slime bag, but like that very like you think of a car salesman, but just like a really like
Sleazy.
sleazy. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't get
That's
that so much off of him. I get that off of Daniel a lot. I feel more like he's just like oh god, did you ever I don't know if anybody ever watched The Middle, but there's like the guy that owns the like used car lot that Frankie works for, and he gives me that guy's energy. He's just like I don't know. It's weird, but that's who he reminds me of. Like he's always making her come in on weekends and holidays and all this like stuff and paying her nothing and giving her no bonuses. Like that's the kind of person he wants everything perfect done for him the way he wants it and wants to give nothing in return.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to show you Bradley Wong. They want you to do a quick energy read on Bradley Wong to see what you get about him. He is the witness, the neighbor that has spoken out. And so you ready? This is
Sarah says he does fix and sell used cars. That's hilarious.
He does? Oh shit. Sorry guys.
Oh,
All right, this is the most swearing I've done in so long. This guy right there.
I'm a bad influence on her. He gives
Sorry, once he fixes cars.
he gives genuine concern.
Okay.
I feel like he would be more of an even-tempered person.
Okay.
Like fun. I don't want to say like funny isn't the right word, but lighthearted maybe
Okay.
is what I would say is what I'm feeling.
Hi Covert. Hi back in Veronica. Hope you're doing well. Darn, I'm late. We'll catch up later. Very out of sorts today. Aw.
Hope you feel better.
Hope you're feeling better too.
Or whatever is out of sorts gets it sorted. Bradley Wong. So I feel like repeat. Something with repeat. Almost like if somebody had OCD.
Okay.
Or
So you
like
think
there's a pattern.
Uh-huh.
Like maybe he does something for a living that is like a repeatable thing, or
like monotonous. He does the same thing kind of over and over and over.
yeah, there's something in his life that's very like pattern-esque. Either he like does the same kind of things every day, like he's got like a strict routine, or he might like work on a machine and like does the same like repeated tasks.
Yeah.
Could be something like OCD-ish, where something that there's something with like repeated pattern with him.
Okay.
I can't tell you what in his life is like that or give confirmation if it's correct or not, but that that comes out. But otherwise, he seems like his energy is pretty even keeled, pretty calm-ish. I don't want to say calm and like super calm, but he seems like a kind of a normal dude.
Yeah, the LinkedIn D, check the link above. That is him without sunglasses.
I don't see any links, but
Yeah, I don't see it. But well, we'll
they won't
I'll
come
pull,
through.
we can do another one where I'll get more images and stuff like that. But
Yeah, up until this point, I haven't let her show me anything or send me anything, or I didn't want any info. And then we decided maybe I should get some because if she wants me to help, I got to be able to determine.
DEA 56 fisherman. Covert, thank you, ladies. You're okay. Just double whammy with bad news today. Oh, Covert.
Sorry to hear that. He reminds me of a fisherman. I mean, that's a repeated. Maybe he fly fishes. That's
I
like.
think Daniel Martell fly fishes.
I'm not talking about Daniel.
I know.
Hear what that man does. He should never be able to fish again.
I mean, I think his fishing is key to finding these children and where they're
You
located.
have a boat? Who's got a boat in all this?
A boat or a bow?
Mhm.
Like a bow and
Boat.
arrow?
BOAT. Boat. Boat.
I don't know. I don't know. I think there's a boat at Jordan Geddes. If I could be mistaken. I think
that boat.
the Geddes. Sarah Jones says the Geddes. But with all of his family living in that area, Daniel's family, with all of his uncles living in that, Brad has a boat. Okay, Christy Davy. I don't believe Bradley Wong used his boat to move the kids. I believe he has his uncles that live in that area. They do live on a small lake. Sarah Jones, yeah, the Geddes, Jordan Geddes does. There is the boat by Brad's burn pit. Yes, there is a boat by Bradley Wong's burn pit. I would say they need to be looking at his uncle's land to see if his uncles may have a small type of a dinghy or rowboat or something.
Is there? Can I ask if anybody in here knows if Daniel has any like a favorite uncle or something? Because I got a really strong feeling about that yesterday. I mean, I kind of already asked, so I take it back if I'm not supposed to. But
No, you can ask whatever you want. But you've seen Jordan in a boat on his Facebook. The uncle have boats for sure. Yeah.
Ron.
Says Ron. I think that's who you picked up too. Because I said
Do
Ron.
we know if Ron hunts? Hunt.
Janie's
Yeah,
brother Ron. See, and that's the strange thing is Janie was supposed to go to town that morning with her brother. She goes, it's routine. Her routine is broken. Why are you breaking a routine? It's something you do every Friday. Why are you breaking it? That's a red flag.
I just felt a boat. I don't know again if it has. I don't know that the kids were ever in the boat, but there's something significant about whoever owns the boat.
Yes, he hunts, Sarah Jones says.
He fishes, probably hunts too. He does hunt. See, I told you it was something with hunting.
I agreed with you 100%.
I know. I'm yelling at you like you didn't.
I agreed with you 100%. Yeah, I think the boat. See, hang on. Let me. For me, the boat card comes out to tell me the kids were moved in hiding. That's why the boat card comes out for me. But let me pull on this boat energy quick. Who is this boat? Actually, we'll pull on Ron. Tell me about Ron, Janie's brother. Give me Ron's energy surrounding the disappearance of Lily and Jack Sullivan. Give me Ron's energy surrounding the disappearance of Lily and Jack Sullivan. Wooded area. What are you getting off that? Anything, or should I pull more?
I think he's got more to do with this than.
Okay. Give me more about Ron and what he knows about the disappearance of Lily and Jack Sullivan.
It's just up the
Give me more
street.
about Ron Mackenzie and what he knows about the disappearance of Lily and Jack Sullivan. Life insurance, the preservation of the lives. See how it's a little child with the mom and the dad? Give me more. Boat just came out. Boat just came out.
That's like the boat. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's like the boat that I felt. I mean, not because I don't see, but a boat that like rocks that would go. I have to watch replay. Been working at the same time.
Third party involvement with the boat.
I'm not getting that he had anything directly to do with it. He just
Runaway.
knows more. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, like
Runaway.
he's helping
Yeah.
Daniel now or after the fact in some way.
And this is telling me Mackenzie land. By that mountain, by the mountains. So could that be referring to Gordon Summit? I don't know where Ron lives, but I'm very drawn to
Someone
that
said up
Gordon
the
Summit.
street. Sarah
Huh?
said that's Sarah Jones said that's who he's closest to. Ron lives just up the street.
Near Gordon Summit?
I don't know.
Because look at what we have behind that. Daniel, the devil card.
Do they live near Gordon Lansdowne Road?
So, yeah, so then going towards Gordon Summit, which
Definitely
to me,
on the cover up. I do. Lansdowne Road. Yeah. Darrin Geddes photo at a table. Well, I wonder if she's put. Did you DEA? Did you actually put the photo in and we just can't see it in the chat?
she's probably not, they're probably trying to drop a link. My
Oh,
chat
and
won't
it
allow,
doesn't come through right away.
the links won't come through for some odd reason.
We'll have to look into that. Darrin Geddes photo.
Past Earls, Christy Davy, thank you.
Yeah.
Loss. Just tell me. Oh, that came out fast.
Uh-oh. What does it say?
Grandparent. I was asking, and it came out super fast. If Ron knew where Lily and Jack Sullivan's physical bodies were. The grandparent card flew out.
As in Janie?
Be Janie, it could be Earl. Accident.
Pull that one
and
back up. Hold on. Go back to that one. Did something happen? They were put in a car. That's what I'm getting. They were put in a car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I just felt like a jolt on that one.
We have spouse and partner being involved, and that's ski trails. So off all of those dang trails. So I wonder if there's any like ski trails or ATV trails that run through, Earl's property, Ron's property. It's Mackenzie Martell property is where I pick up. Earl's, in your opinion, Christy Davy? But yeah, that flew out real fast. Ron knew where Lily and Jack Sullivan's physical bodies were, and the grandparent card flew out. and say that's alleged for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're being quiet about it. We have strangulation coming out, withholding the information, and then social media. Remember Facebook? Janie was supposedly on Facebook that morning, or she was on her TeamU or something like that.
Well, she said she was on Facebook.
Yeah. Strangulation.
Facebook.
So strangulation to me is someone's withholding truth as well, not speaking up full truth. Because someone was an accomplice partner in crime.
An
DM,
accident with his cars.
yeah,
How many accidents has this guy had with his cars?
like 3 in the last couple months. Like, and they're not like just little tiny accidents. It's like
Is he trying to like himself?
or he's on. I think the guy needs glasses. Or he's on DRUGs while he's driving something, or he's not paying attention. He's reckless. He comes out as the fool in reverse. When I pull on his energy for the car accidents, he comes out as the fool in reverse. So that means he takes risky behaviors and he's reckless and he is immature and not innocent when you get the fool in reverse in regards to a case, in regards to whether you're innocent or not. If it comes out in reverse, it means you're not innocent.
Yeah,
And
no. Yeah.
so far, with everything that you've heard or seen so far, what is your take so far? Oh, hang on.
You feel they're in water ground.
I keep getting buried and water with both of them. So could they be in something in water, or could they be buried next to water, or maybe possibly behind a water source? I don't know. I'm working very hard on narrowing all that down. I've created a map for my members. I will bring the map up for non-members as well. But if you are a member, here, I'll show you guys. Vern, if you want to.
Hello?
Still here?
I'm here. It said it just said you're live and your picture was gone. I was
Oh.
trying to focus on Kara's what's on Yahoo News. What is DEA? The accidents?
Probably a picture.
Oh, okay.
And we are working on getting StreamYard going, guys. We just I gotta learn it. My sister's trying to teach me, so because then I would like to be able in these lives, if you guys would like to come up and speak and give your opinion on something, I would be more than happy to have you guys jump up on, a live and give me your take and what you're getting and all those types of things. But so okay, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, Veronica.
No, you're fine. If you want to show them that, I'm gonna. If I don't know, I don't want to give an answer to if what I'm feeling where they are right now, because I would need to look through some more of like photos and really get to know their energy. I have not. This is, like I said, this is the first time that I'm hearing any of the details other than, the little photos here and there. But in order for me to give any accuracy to that type of, I'm not willing to speak on it because I don't want to say something that I'm not 100% sure of. And in order to do that, I need to look at some more photos of them. So I will refrain from answering that one. You kind of already touched on it. I
Yeah.
will look into it and do some more digging later, but I don't want to comment on that one right now.
That's okay. So DEA says Ron Mackenzie is Janie's brother, and he is the one who has a farm east of Gerlach Road on Lansdowne Station Road. He is The one that was out yelling at the searchers from "Please bring me home." Of course he was. To get off his property.
That was
Uh,
Ron.
yeah.
Makes sense.
Boat sheds on water. The water is shallow and there could be tracks to pull up a boat or in. Correct. Sarah Wayne Mackenzie, he's another brother. Thank you, Sarah Jones. DA, the searchers were down along the middle river. Yep, heading towards the lower part of Lorda Park. Yep. And they found the geocaching thing. That is Wayne, not Ron, wasn't it? Christy Davy says.
Is Lorda Park that campground that I picked up on?
Yep.
Wow. I should have let you tell me what I was picking up on.
I was trying to tell you, but said no. Just I said okay. Karen Indigo. My grandfather had a boat shop and it's a building on the shore. Yeah. So I want to show you guys this. So we created a Google map, okay? And these are the locations, some of the locations that we have picked up on. I am bound and determined to pinpoint every single energetic signature I can of Daniel Martell, where he goes, since nobody wants to give, none of his family, none of his friends want to point out areas where Daniel Martell likes to go fishing or go to the outdoors. So I know Daniel Martell's energetic signature from reading his energy for so long. But this map, we will go over this like we did this. We went over the map in the one live, but I did create a map for members. Okay. And members, if you go to the members post, I posted it in the members post. But you guys have access to this map. And if there's a specific area that you guys want me to read energy on or my sister to read energy on, all you have to do is drop a pin in the area, title it. There is a video in my shorts explaining how you can put the pin in and all that kind of stuff, but that's for the members.
It was Wayne. It's been closed since open to the public, but Justin Smith was saying.
Staying at the time of May 2nd, yeah. And he's the other fellow who reported the vehicles that night. Yeah, as well as Brad Wong. And they had the same, they didn't speak prior, Brad Wong, nor did Justin Smith speak prior to giving the information to the RCMP, yet they have the same exact route, the same exact amount of times hearing the vehicle coming and going from Daniel Martell's property. So two people who haven't spoke but give almost the same identical information, there's something there. I believe they're telling the truth. I believe there was a vehicle coming and going from Daniel Martell's property that night. Okay. And as much as Daniel Martell wants to say, no, there wasn't this or that or whatnot, people aren't going to have the same exact story, the same exact reference if they haven't spoken to each other, but yet they give the same exact information.
For the searchers right around those Errol's place, at least that.
So you don't want to. So you just don't. You want to do another like session where you just don't want to really give a take on what you're getting so far off of the information you've received, or
what do you mean?
In regards to what you've heard so far in the case.
So far, what I've heard, I mean, I've only heard 3 days worth of it. Sounds like, but I can tell you from what I'm getting, anything that the Janie says is crap. Daniel allegedly, in my opinion, is responsible for this.
Okay.
Malaya genuinely is heartbroken over it, but knows what happened.
Okay.
I don't know if she actually knows where they are, though.
Okay.
She knows they're not coming back. I don't know if she knows where they are physically located, though. I would need
Okay.
to know. I would need to read her a little bit more.
Okay.
I'll have to look at some better pictures of Darrin. He like I said, he gives off that like chauvinistic my way or the highway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm right. I don't think that he was directly involved and now is almost, I don't want to say attention seeking, but kind of
Yeah.
stealing, not stealing the limelight, but like he's enjoying being part of this.
Yeah. That's what I picked up too. Sarah Jones has also got that she doesn't know exactly where the children are as well. And that's what I was going to say. There are some people who think that Malaya doesn't know where they are. They know that Malaya knows what happened, but doesn't know exactly where Lily and Jack Sullivan's physical bodies are located. Hi,
I
Vet.
mean, it
It's
would
nice
make
to see you
sense
here.
as to why she's never gone back.
I mean, see, that's where I question her knowing, because again, you may know what happened to your kids. You know, if you were there, you've seen it. Unless Daniel said, I'm taking the kids. I mean, this is all alleged what I'm saying. But as a parent, as a mother, and me going through what I went through with, my experience with my daughter, you physically have to see their body. There's no explaining it. I don't know how else to explain it, but as a mom, you need to see your child. Even if you think your child is dead, you need to see them. And so to me, unless Daniel said, I'm going to put the kids here to rest at peace because this happened, and then that's how she
Well, I
knows. So
think she saw them. I think she seen them, and then I think they were moved, and
Mhm.
she either couldn't handle or didn't want to, or two, Daniel didn't trust her enough to let her be part of that.
Okay.
That is
Yeah.
my take on it. I don't think that she may know an area, she may know something, but as far as like they are
Exact
physically right
location.
here, X marks the
Mhm.
spot, I don't think she could tell you.
Okay. Laurel says, in your opinion, you think Malia stayed behind with the baby while Daniel and question mark cleaned up? I do believe she stayed behind as well. I got that very strong that she stayed behind as well. But I don't know. There's something there that would she be able to let it go, not knowing where her baby's physical bodies are at rest? It's just for me going through what I went through. I don't.
I think with what I felt with her,
Mhm.
she hasn't fully gone through the whole process.
You think so? I mean, I know she's
Yeah.
going through something because I've read on
I
it. So.
think that numbness, that like disassociation, I think that's what
Mhm.
she does, like
Yeah.
leaves reality.
Mhm.
So not knowing where they are, if that is something that she knows they're not here anymore.
Yeah.
She may have said her goodbyes.
Yeah. That's true. That's
You know what
true.
I mean?
Yeah.
So
Laurel says, I also think the little ones are in a barrel, in your opinion. Well, and that could explain why there's a burial, right? We get the burial card and water. So if they're in something, technically they are in a container, then submerged into water, so that technically would be a burial. You heard she has been hospitalized in this case. Yes. I've heard she's been hospitalized as well. Is it I mean, at that time of the year in Nova Scotia, if you wanted to bury something, it would have to be in a pond, a swamp, or the edge of a water because the ground is correct. The ground is so frozen, the permafrost Unless you got an excavator. I think I went over this already in a live once with Zach, is that
Yeah.
because of the frost, the ground is so dang hard, you'd have to know exactly where. So again, like an edge of a swamp or an edge of something in that sense.
You said he's a fisherman?
Avid fisherman, yeah. And he even talks about how he was running in and out of water, waist deep water. Why are you running in and out of waist deep water?
You can't run in waist deep water, mother.
No. So is that a slip of him being like, well, I was in water, waist deep water? You know what I mean? Like, was it a truth coming out? Like a partial truth, like, we don't like to lie, like when people slip up.
I would have to. You'll have to give me. I can actually look at the clips and stuff and see what
Okay.
Because if I see them, not through like how you showed me, I will get more.
Yeah. Toronto Pan says, so if that is the case, she isn't dealing well with them being gone. It would be interesting to know if she has told her psychiatrist anything. Yeah, it would be interesting knowing that, but unfortunately, there's patient confidentiality that psychiatrists have to adhere to. I do believe Malaya is going to crack. I do believe Malaya is going to be the one that turns on Daniel and comes forward and speaks to the RCMP. I've done too many readings where it shows me a female who's going to turn in, who's going to break the silence. It's a female energy. It came out as the couple in reverse, so it was the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. So to me, when it comes out as the same suit, that's telling me it's people who were in a romantic relationship together. So to me, it's telling me Malaya is going to be the one who comes forward and speaks the truth. But she just has to get out of this, whatever she's dealing with right now.
Reliving the day. That is what I can tell you. That is what she's doing every single day, is reliving whatever happened.
I don't know. I don't, Violet, I don't know if the doctor has to report it or not. I couldn't tell you. It's something we'd have to look up.
You have to report it, though.
But, if she's in seeking treatment for help, the depression or something like that, I mean, if she's on, meds or whatever, can they, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I do, but I don't want to say what I'm kind of picking up. Violet, thank you. My babies are my one. No, the doctor cannot report it.
I don't know enough about that kind of stuff. I don't know what the laws are in Canada, so.
And even at that, if she's on some type of medications, could they even use it? Like if she's on some heavy psych medications, like could they be like, well, she's hallucinating or she's not in her right frame of mind, so we can't even use what she's saying right now? Would they have to wait until she's, there's so many ifs, ands, and buts that go on behind the scenes, especially when it comes to mental health. Only if court orders, correct. That's what I thought. Only if the court ordered it.
That or they could be trying to get more in. You could be able to actually create a case on somebody else.
Yeah.
With her testimony and trying to gather evidence. But if they left her out of a lot of it, she might not have those key details in which they need.
Right.
Because no bodies, no proof of.
Yeah, but if Malaya knows something happened to the kids, that's all they would need. That's all they would need. And then they have to go. If Malaya knows, right. If she knows what happened and can say, yeah, this happened at this time, blah, 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 I may not know where they are, but this is exactly what happened. So then does RCMP have to go, again, do kind of like a behind the, I believe the RCMP are doing a lot more behind the scenes than what we really think. I think they are building a case against Daniel and other people. And I think we just have to be patient.
Hopefully they are. All right. I am
Yeah.
getting tired over here.
Yeah, I think we should end the live. You just looked it up. Psychiatrists have a legal duty to protect potential victims. The risk overrides standard patient confidentiality. Yeah.
Okay. There we go. They would have to report it then.
Yeah. All right, you guys. I think we're gonna end the live there. I want to say thank you for joining the live. I really truly appreciate every single one of you coming and spending the last hour and a half, almost 2 hours with me and my sister today. Again, I wanted to do fresh eyes on the case, give her kind of a rundown of it, newcomer's perspective. What's your take on it? Are you perceiving it the same way as everyone else is perceiving it? Especially for someone who doesn't follow true crime. Well, pretty ladies, have a great evening. Thank you for everything. Thank you, Toronto Cat.
Yeah, thank you. You guys are awesome.
Thank you, Yvette.
Appreciate the that you guys aren't mean about my facial expressions. I'm always like, your viewers are gonna think I'm crazy. It's fine.
No, they're not. No. Covert says, have a great night, everyone. Good to see you again. Veronica, thank you, Becca. Thank you very much, Covert. I'm in
Thank
the
you.
thing to Jack and Lily. I'm new. You're doing okay. Thank you, everyone. Great chatting with you, Laurel. Again, we're gonna come out with that series as well. Okay, you guys, we're gonna do that once a week. That limited series. So that'll be more of like, all
It'll be
those.
more of a fun one.
Yeah, it'll be more of a fun one. Toronto Cat says your facial expressions and language are wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Night, everyone. All right, you guys. We'll talk to you all later. Okay. Thank you. I
Good
truly
night.
care about all you guys. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.